What if Apple built a phone not just to sell millions, but to show the world what's possible? How thin could that phone be? How light could it feel? But could it still feel like a real iPhone? That's the question at the heart of Apple's new iPhone Air. And today of all days, this review means a little bit more. Sunday, October the 5th marks 14 years since Steve Jobs passed away. This review isn't just about features and specs. It's about vision, legacy, and what Apple could become. The iPhone Air isn't for everyone, but it carries forward some of what made Jobs and Apple so different. Stick around because by the end, I'll share who should buy this phone, who should skip it, and what it really means for Apple's future. Now, earlier this morning, I read an article about Steve Jobs and that anniversary. It brought back a flood of memories. I remember driving home from work, listening to the radio, just like any other day. Then, suddenly, the announcer said Steve Jobs had passed away. It was a big shock. I don't have much experience with loss, but that day felt deeply personal. When I got home, I needed more information. By then, the news was already hours old. Online, I saw images of flowers and handwritten notes outside Apple stores everywhere. People all over the world were mourning because Steve didn't just change Apple, he changed how we feel about technology. That story matters here today. The iPhone Air reflects what Steve Jobs believed in. Make beautiful things, push engineering past its limits, and try bold ideas even if not everybody will want them. Let's get to what it's like to hold and use this phone. Pick up the iPhone Air, and your brain expects weight. Instead, it almost floats in your hands. Apple managed to make the thinnest iPhone ever, but it still feels reassuring, not fragile. That's thanks to the titanium frame and tough ceramic shield glass. They got the balance right, light but sturdy. The display is 6.5 inches, it's OLED, and incredibly smooth with a 120Hz refresh rate. Colors pop, everything is sharp, even outside in bright sunlight. Scrolling is effortless. Photos and videos look crisp. No part of the design tries to impress you with numbers. It just feels natural unless you focus on life, not the device. Most phones remind you that they're always with you. They're heavy in your pocket, or tiring in your hands, but the iPhone Air changes that. Suddenly, the phone disappears into the background. You barely notice it until you need it. Texting, maps, social apps, videos, all run smoothly. You can carry it all day and never get hand fatigue. Because it's so light, I found myself reaching for it more often. I replied to messages quicker, checked directions on the go, and snap more candid photos. The hardware invites you in rather than getting in the way. Inside, the iPhone Air features Apple's latest chip and the newest modem. Apps launch fast, and switching between tasks feels seamless. Even demanding games or editing short videos work well. Although if you push it with long gaming sessions or 4K video work, the phone will throttle performance slightly to stay cool. That's the trade-off for making something this thin. For most people though, the experience is more than fast enough. And this is classic Apple, trying to do something that feels impossible, then slowly improving it every year. Now, about the cameras. The main camera captures sharp, natural photos in good light. Videos look smooth and are perfect for Instagram stories and quick clips. On the front, center stage keeps your face in the center for calls or group shots. It's subtle, but it works beautifully. But you don't get everything. The Air skips the ultra-wide lens, macro mode, and telephoto zoom. The focus is on simplicity rather than having every feature. If you're used to the extra lenses of the Pro models, you might miss them. But if you like to point, shoot, and share without overthinking it, the Air's simplicity actually feels free. Battery life is fine. For daily messaging, music, and moderate Apple use, it gets through. But if you rely on 5G for streaming or play lots of games, you'll probably want to top up before bed. Charging is flexible. Use USB-C for fast charging, MagSafe for snap-on convenience, or Qi 2 wireless if you prefer. A slim MagSafe battery pack works perfectly with the Air and doesn't spoil the thin feel. In Apple's crowded lineup, where does the Air fit? Think of it like a concept car you can actually buy. It isn't trying to beat the pros on pure specs. It's exploring a new direction, the biggest screen in the smallest footprint. Some people will say, not for me, and that's totally fine. Apple designed this for people who want to see what's next. It's not about sales, it's about pushing their own boundaries. And why does that matter? Because that's how Steve Jobs approached everything. Make the tech disappear and let people focus on the experience. Set impossible challenges. Don't make products for focus groups. Make them because you want to see what's possible. Everything about the iPhone Air comes from that what if. What if we could make a phone so light and thin that it almost vanishes in your hands? What if design, not market research, decided the product? And what if we disrupted our best-selling flagship, even if it just pushes us forward? If you want maximum camera options, the longest battery life, or the most power for games and heavy editing, skip the Air and buy the Pro. But if you want an iPhone that feels effortless to hold, a big screen that doesn't weigh you down, and a great camera for daily photos, and a design that just makes you smile, the Air is for you. It's especially nice if you create videos or vlogs on the go. You can film all day, hold it up for long takes, and never feel strained in your hand. So, is the iPhone Air a product or a message? It's actually both. It's Apple saying, we still take risks. We still care about how the phone feels, not just how it scores on paper. Not everyone needs to buy the Air, and that's perfectly okay. Every time Apple dares to push the edge, all their feature products get better. And here's a question I want you to think about. If you could make your phone this light and thin, what would you be willing to trade? Better battery? Extra camera lenses? Maximum processing power? Comment below and let's talk about the trade-offs that matter to you. Now, if you like this video and want to see what is the best iPhone for most people, click on this video here. I'll see you guys in the next one.